Hey everybody, this is Scott with Smoked Midwest Barbecue. Today we're going to be making some beef cheeks. Stick around, it's going to be awesome. So before we get the video going, I noticed that like 80% of my viewers are not subscribed. So if you could hit that subscribe button, and if you like the video, hit the thumbs up too. I'd really appreciate it. So today's cook, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. With all the craziness going on, I couldn't find a brisket, ribs were hard to find. What I did find though was lots of beef cheeks. And so today we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna make these into the pit barrel cooker, and let's get going. So the first thing we're gonna do is get these out of the package, pat them dry, and trim them up a little bit. So this is 2.88 pounds of beef cheeks. So we're just gonna open up the package here. See what we got. Pretty big. So what I'm gonna do is just trim these up. I mean, there's a lot of fat on here that's not gonna render out good. Same here with this. So I'm gonna give these a good trimming, both of them, and just gonna put my fingers underneath it. You just take a sharp knife, just follow the fat right down. Comes off pretty easy. So I'm gonna spend a little time and trim these up, and we'll see you in a few. All right, so I got our beef cheeks all trimmed up. Took quite a bit off, some of them. Some of the smaller ones like that was really full of hard fat and silver skin, and a few other ones like this big one here really didn't have to do a whole lot of trimming on that. So it got quite a little bit of a variety of sizes. This one's pretty big, and these back here are pretty small. We'll work with it. Let's roll with it. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna season it up with the Smoked Midwest all-purpose rub. Find this at smokedmidwest.com. We're gonna coat it up pretty good. I want all the seasonings of the salt, pepper, garlic, a little bit of paprika, all the seasonings of this all-purpose rub to sink right in here to this meat. So I'm gonna season them all up, both sides real good, and then we'll get the smoker fired up. All right, so we're gonna cook the beef cheeks in our pit barrel cooker today. So what I got here is the charcoal basket, about almost all the way full of Jealous Devil lump charcoal. I mixed in some hickory chunks. I also have the pit barrel cooker chimney starter here, lit with some of the Jealous Devil lump charcoal. And we're just gonna dump it in there, then let it come up to temp. Charcoal's going. I got the grate in there. I'm not gonna hang these. I just want to put them on the grate. And so we're just gonna throw them on. So this pit barrel cooker normally runs about 275 degrees. I'm gonna put a probe in here just to monitor it. But I got the little damper set at the bottom for my altitude. I'm gonna put in the rebar, and we're just gonna let it go probably a good hour. Then after an hour, we'll check them, see what they look like. We'll see you then. So our beef cheeks have been on about 2 hours. I got a little distracted, forgot to bring you guys with me when I went to check them. But let's take a look at them now. As you can see, we got a fantastic bark going on. The bark is completely set. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the next phase of these beef cheeks is we're going to braise them. So for our braise, I got a foil pan here. So you got some carrots, celery, and red onion chopped up in there. I'm just gonna put these beef cheeks directly on top of that. Then we're gonna add some liquid to this to get some nice steam going, and it's gonna tenderize these things and make them just fall apart good. For our braising liquid, I have 16 ounces of beef broth. So we're just I'm gonna pour it right over the top. That bark is set. I'm gonna rehydrate that a little bit. Pour that in there. Put a little bit of good red wine. Use something that you'd actually drink. This stuff's pretty good. Not too expensive, but it's good. So we're gonna dump probably a third to half a bottle in there. Then we're gonna cover this tightly with some tin foil. So what that's gonna do is you're gonna get all the flavor from all the veggies. You're gonna get a nice broth going. And you're gonna these things are gonna get fall apart tender. So I'm gonna wrap this up nice and tight, put it back on the smoker. It's running consistently about 260, 270, and we're gonna let this go about another, we'll check it 2 hours to see how tender it is. And we want these to be pull apart with a fork tender. So we'll put it back on the smoker and we'll see you then. So it's been about 2 hours since we put our beef cheeks in the pan. You notice I took out one of the rebars. The smoker was struggling to get above 260, so I took one out. Now it's riding good at 280, right where I want it to be. So let's check to see how tender these are. Sure does smell good. Lots of steam. So I'm gonna probe it there. Oh yeah, that's like in and out. 195. Let's see what that one's at. 202. 202 is for that one as well. This big guy here is not as tender as the smaller ones, probably because it's gonna take a little bit longer for it to cook. Still 202. I don't think they're quite fork tender yet, so I'm gonna wrap it back up, let it go about another half hour, and then we'll check them then. All right, so these beef cheeks have been braising for about 4 hours now. Took a little bit longer than I thought it would in the pan. Let's check them again. What we're looking for is for them to be fork tender. So you can see that one's just definitely tender as can be. All these smaller ones. Bigger one, probably not as much, but we're gonna take them off and maybe we'll slice that one up, but we're definitely gonna pull these apart with a fork. So I'm gonna take these out, let the steam come out a little bit, let them rest. I'm gonna go inside and make some grits. All right, so our beef cheeks have been resting for about 20 minutes. Went inside and made some grits. These are Palmetto Farm grits. I just followed the recipe on the back of the package. They're awesomely good. So what we're gonna do is just unwrap this, and it smells absolutely delicious. We're gonna grab this guy right here. I'm gonna plate it up just right on top of the grits, just like that. So let's give this a try. So you can tell it's just like fork tender. I'm just gonna try this bite right here. A little bit of grits on there. I'm not kidding when I say this. It just like melts in your mouth. Got a great beef flavor to it. That's good. I'm going back for another try. If you guys have never had beef cheeks before, this is good. It's like, think pot roast, but way better. It's like the beef flavor is good. Tenderness is good. You got all that au jus in there. It's good. Hey guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.